Dr. Balamurugan, Professor Chemistry, NPR College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about role of absorption in pollution abatement. Application of absorption in pollution abatement. Okay. So generally absorption process is used in prevention of water pollution and air pollution. For this prevention of air pollution and water pollution, we are using activated charcoal as a adsorbent to remove the pollutants present in the air and water. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the treatment of polluted water and air. So generally there are two types of activated carbons are used. Two types of activated carbon are used in the pollution prevention. First one, granular activated carbon. Second type, powdered activated carbon. Granular activated carbon, which is noted as GAC, and powdered activated carbon, PAC. Okay, first technique, using granular activated carbon. So in this method, a fixed bed which contains at the middle of the compartment or container GAC, a tightly packed GAC bed. So the polluted water or air is passed over the GAC bed and the pollutants are absorbed, strongly absorbed by the GAC. Okay. So a fixed bed of activated carbon contactors, which is called as column, used for contacting the polluted water or air with the GAC. Okay. So it can be operated by two ways, a series way or parallel way. Series technique and parallel technique. Okay. So GAC is used in two ways. First one method is downflow fixed bed carbon contactor, and second one is upflow fixed bed carbon contactor. So the only difference in these two techniques is the flow of polluted water or air. Flow of polluted water. So first one downflow method. In the downflow method, the water flow, pollutant water flow is taking place from the top to the bottom of the carbon contactor. In down upflow method, polluted water or air is passed from bottom to top of the carbon contactor. Okay, so let me see first technique, downflow fixed bed carbon contactor. So downflow fixed bed carbon contactor generally consists of two or three columns which are arranged in series or parallel. So we go to see the diagram. So first diagram A. So in diagram A is a downflow method. The carbon conductors are arranged in series. So one is into first column, second column, and third column passed through 1, 2, 3 columns. They are arranged in continuously, seriously. Okay, and second one, there are parallel technique. parallel technique. So three columns are arranged parallelly, and the polluted water is passed parallelly into all the three carbon contactor. All the three carbon contactor. So there is a inlet of pollutant water. So all the three has three inlet and three outlet. Okay. So the water and the air applied to the top of the column and withdrawn at the bottom of the carbon conductor column. So the activated carbon is held in the place with the underdrain system of the bottom of the column. Okay. So there is a provision for backwash and surface wash. Okay. So the purpose of washing is to remove the adsorbed pollutants. To remove the adsorbed pollutants, we are washing the surface, bottom wash and surface wash is available. So the washing is on the activated carbon. Okay. So there are two types: downflow method, series connection and parallel connection. Next, let me see the upflow method. Let me see upflow fixed method. So before going to upflow method, advantages. Downflow methods advantages are there are two advantages. Downflow filters may require more frequent backwashing because of the accumulation of the suspended materials in the first one advantage. And second one advantage is plugging of carbon pores may require premature removal of the carbon for regeneration. So thereby decreasing the useful life of the carbon. These are the two of disadvantages of downflow method. Okay, and advantages is organic matter and filtration of suspended solids or single step removal is possible, is the advantage, and two are disadvantages. Okay. Next type, upflow fixed bed carbon contactor. So in upflow method, the polluted waters are passed or moved upward from the base of the column. So upward from the base of the column. So let me see the diagram. So upflow method. Okay. So the inlet provision is provided at the bottom of the carbon column. So they are arranged in series, and outlet is at the top of the column. Outlet is arranged at the top of the column. Okay. Advantages of this method, upflow method, is as carbon absorb organic materials, the apparent density of the carbon particles increases and encourages the migration of the heavier spent carbon downward. So due to the gravitational force, it is automatically migrated due to the weight into towards the downward direction automatically. So this is the upflow method advantage, and disadvantages is upflow columns have more carbon fines in the effluent than downflow column because upflow tends to expand, not compress, because in downflow method there is a due to the weight there is a compression is possible, compression of the activated carbon is possible. Here expansion is only possible, so that this happen. So bed expansion allow the fines to scrap through passage way created by the expanded bed. So in upflow method, there is a possibility of expansion of the bed. So carbon also flow along with the outlet treated air or water. Okay. Next method is using powdered activated carbon. Using powdered activated carbon. So PAC. So like internal conditioning method, this is similar to internal conditioning method. In internal conditioning method, what will happen in the first unit? So we are adding boiler compounds directly into the boilers itself. Boiler itself. Like that, PAC is directly added to the effluent at the clarification tank, and two tanks are available here. See the diagram. So contact aeration tank and a clarification tank. So first method, we are adding directly into the we are adding directly PAC to effluent water to be treated. Water to be treated. Okay. So in PAC technique, powdered electrolyte is mixed along with the polyelectrolyte. Powdered electrolyte is mixed along with the polyelectrolyte and passed to a contact aeration tank first time, and then it is allowed to stay there some time, and then it is passed to clarification tank, so where the spent carbon particles are settled down and then sent to the regeneration, and from the clarification tank it is sent to the filter where all the pollutants are filtered and treated water come out from the filter. Okay, so these PAC particles are regenerated by using steam and other methods. So regenerated PAC is used again and again. So air pollution or water pollution may be removed by using activated carbon. Two types of activated carbon, GAC and PAC. GAC and PAC. So GAC has two types, downflow method and upflow method, and PAC has only one method. Okay. And next topic is general application of absorption. So this is also a important question frequently asked by Anna University. Okay, so it has 13 points. So you just study or remember minimum at least 8 points. So for the examination purpose, you have to minimum concentrate at the 8 points. First point is activated carbon. So this activated carbon is used in gas masks to detoxify or to absorb toxic gases. Activated carbon is used in gas masks to absorb toxic gases. And second, activated carbon is also used in the decoloration of sugar solution and decoloration of vinegar, also vinegar, for removing coloring matter, activated charcoal used. Okay, and next one, silica and alumina gel. Silica and alumina gels are good absorbents for absorbing moisture and humidity in air, so that they absorb moisture and humidity in air and controlling humidity inside a room. And next one, heterogeneous catalysis. So heterogeneous catalysis we have already studied in contact theory. So in heterogeneous catalysis, Molecules are adsorbed on the surface of the catalyst, which forms an intermediate complex and so on. So, example, manufacturing of sulfur trioxide in contact process for sulfuric acid manufacturation, and hydrogenation of hydrogenation of oil in which nickel is used as a catalyst. Okay, so in heterogeneous catalyst also adsorption is used. And fuller's earth. Fuller's earth is one of the chemical substance used in large quantities in refining of vegetable oils and petroleum oil. Refining of vegetable oils and petroleum oil. And ion exchange resin method. So in an ion exchange resin method, in the first unit itself, cationic resin, anionic resins are available to remove undissolved salts, anions, cations in the water. Okay, so in water purification method is also used adsorption process. Next, froth flotation method. In metallurgical processes, sulfide ores are removed by this adsorption technique by froth flotation processes. Okay. And next one, arsenic poisoning. So, for the persons who has taken poisons, arsenic poisons, are treated or administered with the colloidal ferric hydroxide, which forms a compound which absorbs arsenic poisons, which can be removed by the affected person by vomiting himself. So, for the removal of arsenic poisoning, colloidal ferric hydroxide used as an adsorber. And lake test. So, whether the lake water is acidic or basic, for the identification of the acidic nature or basic nature of the water, litmus paper is used by absorption process. And moderns. So nowadays, adsorption is used in dyeing industry. So in dyeing industry, moderns are adsorbed without affecting the fabrics by adsorption techniques. And next, production of high vacuum. So for the production of high vacuum, we are using activated charcoal and silica gel are used for the production of high vacuum. And chromatography analysis. So alumina, magnesia can be used for the separation of different pigments and mixtures of small quantity of organic substances with the help of adsorption chromatography. So in chromatographic technique, adsorption adsorption is used for chromatographic technique. Okay. So these are the important or applications of adsorption. Okay, and two more absorption are available. Surface lag evaporation is water evaporation is prevented by using this one. Last point, water evaporation is minimized by stearic acid. Stearic acid prevents the evaporation of lake water. Okay, so these are some of the important questions asked by university. Okay, thank you.